Hola! Moribanji. Heropo? Welcome to the Q&A video where I answer your questions. Obviously, I've never done this before. So if you're coming in here just wanting to hear about it, but you just have seen me traveling and you don't know what the world race is, I'll give you a small description. The world race for my trip was 3 countries in 9 months. So I spent 3 months in 3 countries, and it was in 9 months. I went to El Salvador, Malawi, and the Philippines. Malawi's in Africa. So with that, I'll start answering your questions now. Favorite food from each country? Pupusas! Mangoes? Not termites. Those wrap things that I don't remember the name of that you like fry and put vegetables and stuff on the inside, and you're supposed to dip it in some kind of ketchup-y sauce. What do you miss the most now that you are back? I think I miss living with my people the most, and just the community it brings. Just doing life together 24/7 was just so great. I just miss the fun we'd have and miss talking with everyone. So I miss my people and doing life with them. Your smile changed somewhere in the race to where it is now, overflowing with God's joy. This is true, and when my friend went on the race, I noticed that in her too. And it was really cool to see. Your stalker observation skills are on point. I think just in all the changes that took place in me, it just kind of happened, you know? What was your most unexpected experience? It was maybe 2:30 in the morning. We were in the Philippines having our all squad month, and I literally just woke up. I sat up in bed and I was looking around, and half the room of girls was awake and they were running downstairs, and I was so confused. Turns out a big crate had arrived at the ministry and we were supposed to be awake to receive and unload it, but none of us were there, none of us knew. So the American boys that were there woke all our boys up, and one of our girls was downstairs because she couldn't sleep, and so they sent her upstairs saying she had to come back down with 10 girls, and at least 15 of us did. So we were unloading Tom's boxes and first aid kits, food packets, and refrigerators until 3:30 a.m. The most unexpected experience. What's the biggest thing you think God taught you through this experience? Definitely confidence and just living free of lies that would constantly suffocate me. At the beginning of the race, I wrote down a list of things I wanted to see change in myself before I left, and those things were to be brave, bold, courageous, and confident, and I really think that that has happened on the race, and I'm really proud of that. At least they're more so existing in my life than they used to be. What was your favorite moment? Too many. There's just been too many good moments. A lot of them are adventure related, and some of them were just with my squad mates and just having fun with them. Or some of them were moments when I was in awe of a ministry we were doing or the people we would meet along the way. What was the hardest experience? There were so many hard moments that I can't really point out just one, because that's hard and there was a lot of hard moments. It was the best and hardest year of my life, but completely worth it. Dengue fever was pretty hard just because I was sick away from home, being sick where I didn't have air conditioning and you literally die. And I was sick like I never had before, so that was pretty hard. Probably my mind struggles and the lies that I was battling all the time in my head were the hardest things, just because I was fighting with myself and being influenced by so many lies that overpowered me and suffocated me a lot of the time, and influenced how I saw my squad mates and perceptions of what they thought of me or things I did, and just overthinking things way too much. And that was a really constant thing, and it was ended more towards the middle of the race when I was in Malawi, and the team I was with was really helpful and prayed with me a lot and really just was able to talk through things with me, and so I could question things a lot with them and just ask them what was true or was not true, like a real or not real game per se. So I would say it's not as it used to be. So that's kind of what this tattoo is for. What's your next step? Get a job, I guess? Tell us about your first drink. You have to understand that the ministry we were doing was in the bars and talking to the girls, and I ordered a Coke, and the waitress repeated something back to me, and I said, yeah, Coke. And she comes back with this glass, and I was like, okay, this is not Coke can, but whatever. Instant bitter taste in my stomach when I drank it, and it only tasted half like Coke and half like something else. And then in the sociality of the issue of the situation, I just kept drinking it because the girl I was talking to just kept talking and talking and talking. So I just like kept drinking. I think I might have finished it, but I don't remember. I might have gotten sick of it and only drank half, but I don't remember. But I remember everything besides that. So I don't think, the only reason I was loopy is because I was tired and it was a late night, okay? We leave the bar and I was like, I had this really weird drink that was not Coke like I ordered. And my mom was like, you had a rum and Coke! And they all made fun of me for my first drinking experience. But other than that, I did not drink at all on the race because we had signed a contract not to drink at all. And so I didn't, besides that, and it was an accident. What impacted you the most out of each country? I really don't know how to answer that for each country, at least not in the span of this video, but I think for overall for the 3 countries, I think what impacted me the most was their definition of beauty and when they would see us. Just be funny when we go to each country what being white means and how we are like worshipped in a way, not worshipped, but held to a high standard. And just going anywhere and be like, oh, the white people, the Americans, you know, like they pay big money, and just what it means to be a white person was interesting to realize. It just was humbling to realize how privileged I was to be born American, I guess. And just funny how I would get comments from kids in each country, and they'd be like, oh, how are you so white? Like, what's your secret? And you're so beautiful. And like every kid in Malawi would be like, beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. And that's the only word that they seem to know in English. And for someone that didn't feel beautiful all the time, I was like, wow, thanks. But I think just in their standard, being an American was beautiful and being white was beautiful, and if you weren't white, you weren't beautiful. And so I think that impacted me the most, that's something that they have to deal with all the time, and that they think that just because I'm white that means I'm beautiful. It means they're not beautiful when they're beautiful too. So that impacted me the most out of each country. What was a typical day per country? That's kind of really hard to answer because we kind of moved around a lot, and I should have written things down. In El Salvador was pretty constant. We were in one place for 3 months with my original team, and we lived at a church in a surfer town in El Salvador, and we worked with the church, and we just kind of did some weeding, and we'd walk to the orphanage and do a Bible study with the girls there every Friday. Yeah, I don't remember how else it went down because that was a long time ago. In Malawi, I did all kinds of things from soccer ministry to holding baby to playing volleyball, speaking in church, doing a children's ministry, doing a Bible study in a hair salon, and outreach, other stuff like that. In the Philippines, for all squad months, we were together as a squad for 2 months. We were staying at this ministry that had a children's home, feedings, and a swimming pool, and all kinds of other things to do like that. So we would either bring kids in to go swimming or do anything we could. Some people were giving guitar lessons or teaching piano, just anything they wanted to do with the kids to hang out, or going down the children's home playing with the kids there, or holding babies there, or going on feedings. That's for like twice a day. The last month in the Philippines, I was in the mountains. It was a lot of manual work, so we'd do lots of raking or kitchen or farm duties. We had some pigs and chickens and rabbits, fun stuff. We were also helping them in creating this a grocery store, but there's a barbershop behind it, I think, but it might be a clinic. We were painting in there, and we were, I don't know, just lots of manual labor and stuff. That's it. That was all fun. It's not specific description, but I don't know. I'm probably forgetting things now. It's been a while, you know? Actually, this description is ministry, what ministry we did. Typical day per country was more of, you know, you wake up, you have breakfast, a QT, quiet time, if you can fit in there, and just going about your ministry per day. But each day was different because you didn't do the same ministry every single day. It was like every other day per ministry thing we would do. So each day was really different. Thanks for watching. I hope that answered some of your questions. Of course, there's always more stories and details and stuff that I can share, but I hope this gave you a good idea of what my race looked like, at least in the few questions that I was given. I feel like I want to share more about each culture and each country because there's so much more I can share about their histories and fun stuff like that, and just other fun details. But I guess I'll leave that up to travelers if you want to go travel and see these places, or if you ask me in person. That's all, folks.